You know, this was Edward's second time round with This Is Your Life. He had been done before in, I believe, 71. It was a bit tricky for me when I was asked. I thought, you know, how are they going to do this? You know, he's been done. But I was delighted, I was thrilled to bits, and I knew he would be. Edward loved anything like that, he loved it. And plus, he was the most gullible person you've ever met in your life. So I knew they wouldn't have a problem getting him. And I thought, yes, this would be so lovely because his career has kind of become international, you know, with his whole American exposure and also the marvellous films he had done since then, Breaker Morant and The Wicker Man. So I thought, I would really love this to happen for him, you know, it would be so special for him. So no, I was delighted when I was approached. They were doing a photo shoot for the thing he was doing at the time with the family. And so yeah, it's very elaborate though, with Michael Aspel arriving, the full, you know, frock and everything, with coach and horses. I mean, you know, it's very elaborate and totally bewildering. Because you know, if you see the man, you see him in a suit. You know, why the hell is he in a frock coat with a tricot hat and, you know, a lot of fabulos going on? He must have thought, what is this? So that is a bit confusing. Trying to put all that in a very rapid space of time, you know, your brain is going berserk. He was genuinely lost for words, and Edward was never lost for words. I mean, you know, he was a wordsmith, he really was. And so you can see it in his face, he's totally bewildered. And his kids are around him, you know, why the hell would this happen with the children around you? Well, naturally they asked me, you know, who did I think would be appropriate. And the thing is, with This Is Your Life, they really do like it if there are a lot of big names. And Edward and I didn't really know any big names. So when they said things like Christopher Lee, I thought, well, that's nice, yes, that's lovely, but they weren't bosom pals, you know, they weren't great buddies. You know, they worked together, but that was kind of it, you know. But they really wanted that. I did say the people who I thought, you know, would be great for Edward. People like Frank Finlay, who he'd known forever and was a dear friend. People like my dad, you know, who he kind of knew as well. And Daddy came on and, of course, really, you know, had a ball with him, you know, and they had a lovely time together. And dear Roy Hard, who was very much part of his childhood. And Judi Dench, you know, who goes way back with Edward and is a darling person. And you know, I thought that would be lovely for him, because he loved Judi. And then I think the other people were people who were very much influential at that time. The man who wrote The Equalizer, Michael Sloane, who had, you know, a history with Edward. And then, of course, dear Bruce Beresford, who did Breaker Morant, came over from Australia. So no, I think I was very lucky that the people I suggested, they said yeah. But no, they were all lovely people, you know, and I felt very much we were both he and I and the children were surrounded by a lot of love. Really felt that, you know, it was happy. It was just a happy occasion. The thing about Edward was he was a great raconteur. In fact, he used to say, you know, I bore myself to death, you know, will you stop me talking, darling? Because I just don't stop. And so, you know, he would love it with people coming on and say, do you remember so-and-so? He'd be in his element, and I knew that. So I knew I was onto a winner, that he wouldn't say, what the hell have I done this for? Because he was always gracious. He was always delighted to see people and loved to chat, you know, and that's what I felt came over with his. He was having a good natter with everybody. I mean, everybody will tell you the the responsibility is odious. It really is. And every time you're on the phone, they've called you. You know, he walks in every time, and you say, yes, that's absolutely right. And you know, I'll if you could call me about that tomorrow. And you put the phone down, and he says, who's that? It's the grocer. The grocer? Yeah. What do you want? I said, just see, you know, if we've got eggs. Eggs? I said, yeah, you know, if we've got enough fresh eggs. And, well, have you? I said, yeah, we're doing fine for eggs. That's what I told him. And so, you know, he's going to call tomorrow, just check everything. I thought, how many more things can you say about putting the phone down? It's just, and, you know, everybody will tell you that your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever, thinks you're having an affair. And it's true, you know. But luckily my husband's so gullible, he would never think of that. He would just think, well, why do we need more eggs? You know, that's it. Thanks, Edward. I think they did a darn good job. I really do. They followed my wishes. You know, they weren't trying to push me too hard. And they were very good that way. They let me, you know, actually say what I thought Edward would appreciate, and consequently I think that's what made it a very enjoyable experience as opposed to excruciating. And there were people there who generally admired Edward for his body of work, and the fact that, you know, not many actors had at that time, in fact there hadn't been any actors at that time who had cracked American television, and that came zooming over, you know, that you know, he actually was adored in on American television with The Equalizer, and nobody in this country had done that at that point. And so I think you know, from that point of view, it's wonderful to see as a bit of history. He would have been happy, but he wouldn't have elaborated on it too much. You know, it would have been just a nice time. And thank you, darling, for not making it too embarrassing. That would have been his reaction. But no, he was a very sort of private person like that, you know. He wasn't full of glory or full of, you know, ooh, they've done me again, any of that. He's just probably a bit bemused. Why would they want to do me again? And no, I think he just had a nice time.